Good morning from Medellin. So I got here last night and it was actually a celebration night last night because it's the 1st of December today. So at midnight they celebrated. Yes, so at midnight they set off a load of fireworks. However, it was raining, so it was a little underwhelming because there wasn't that many. But today I am in Communa 13. So I got the metro here with a girl from my hostel. We did the panoramic cable car that connects the different towns of the mountain region, and now we are walking around and up the escalators in Communa 13. Now Communa 13 used to be one of the most dangerous parts of Medellin, and from the 80s to the early 2000s it was a very violent area, and then in 2002 there was a military operation to kind of gain control of the area, and a lot of civilians died, but they did succeed and they gained control, and they installed these escalators to go up through the city, as well as cable cars to help it connect better and be a little bit less disconnected so that the criminal activity couldn't happen as much. And now it's like an art district, and they paint the streets to celebrate the history and the fact they survived or something. So yeah, we're just going to go to the top and then we'll walk back down. Good morning. Today I am doing a day trip to Guatape from Medellin. I booked it with Get Your Guide. I'll link it down below. I chose the option that doesn't include the food, so it's £19 roughly. There's an option that includes breakfast and lunch for about £29. So after an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes probably, of driving, we made it to our first stop, which is the breakfast stop, and there's also some llamas. Honestly, I don't really agree with it. So this side, it's fine. It's got little shops, a little restaurant. That side, the llamas look very uncared for, and they're just left wandering around. They also look very small. And then the actual restaurant, they've got horses trotting through it, but they look so uncomfortable. So I don't really know what's going on over there, but yeah, I guess it's just to break up the drive, and if you've paid for food in your ticket, then this is where you get it. It's just a basic Colombian pancake thing with scrambled eggs. So yeah, it's your choice. But I'm excited for the rest of the tour. This was the first bit that I was I'm not sure I'm going to like it, but yeah. Anyway, got to get back on the bus now to go to the next stop. Second stop was the boat tour, and it was really good, and it was actually quite informative. So the boat tour happened on a dammed lake sort of thing, but 28 meters below us was an old town, and they flooded the town, and it was a traditional town because it's where the joining of 7 rivers were, so it made more sense for the dam to be there. So we learnt about that. There's also a cross in the middle of the lake dam that it represents where the old church was, because they were originally going to leave the church there and just flatten the rest of the town. However, people kept going to pray in the church while they were destroying the town, so obviously that wasn't safe. And now there's only one original house left just on the coast, on the bank of the lake, which was really good. We also went past, I didn't even know it was here, Pablo Escobar's house. He has a house, he had a house on the bank of the lake, and it was bombed twice. It has its own helipad, nightclub, everything, and you could fully see it from the boat. However, once we got to the end, like the viewpoint to see the Guatape rock, the boat broke. So basically the direction, it was only going in one direction, and it was driving us into some very rich singer's house apparently. So we had to get dragged out of a bush and then swap boats to go to come back to the bus. And now I am in the town of Guatape. So I have just stopped to get a snack. I got there's like a traditional cake here where it's dolce, it's like a Swiss roll, but instead of cream in the middle, it's dolce de guava. So it's like guava jam kind of, and then it just has a bit of cream and there's like different toppings on top. I'll show you in like the thing. I just had like the chocolate chips because why not? I'm going to burn it off later climbing the over 700 steps to climb the rock. So yeah, now we've got some free time before we head to the rock. So I'm going to wander around the town. It's a very colourful town, so it should be very pretty. But yeah, that's a catch up on what I've been up to. So yeah, let's go wander. So the last stop of the tour is Guatape Rock. I think it has another name, I can't remember the name, but if I find it I'll put it on the screen. But it is basically a big rock, and there are 708 steps to climb up to get here, and apparently the record is 3 minutes and 28 seconds set by a Canadian girl. But that's what the tour guide said. I'm going to Google that to see if that's true, because it took me 15 minutes. They say it normally takes 25 minutes. I do not see anyone doing that in less than 10 really. But yeah, but the views at the top are pretty good. Like you can see all of the like lakes, canals, whatever they're called. But you need to remember this, before the dam was built, were all mountains. There wasn't as much water here. And I think it would be interesting to see what it looked like then. But yeah. We got an hour and 20 minutes to come up here, look around, and then before we have to go back down. Some tours they only give you 30 minutes, so it would be very rushed. But that's the car park down there. And you can also do helicopter tours from here. But the first guy to do this his son now owns the rock. But he owned the rock, he rock climbed it, and he put wooden steps up and charged people a cent to climb it. Now you pay 30,000 Colombian pesos. We're in Colombia. It's not included in the price of the tour, and they are concrete steps, but some of them didn't look very sturdy. But yeah, anyway, made it to the top. It was a good tour, it was a good day. I'm glad I did it. But now I have to head back down, we go to the bus, and it's about 2.5 hour drive back to Medellin. So yeah, that's Guatape. Maybe I'll film going down so you can see just how some of these steps are. But yeah, it's a pretty view. There's originally 660 steps to get to that yellow step there. And then to come up to this viewpoint, it's the extra 48 steps. But yeah, there are toilets, free toilets at the top and at the bottom, and there are like drink and snack spots as well. So yeah, I would recommend the tour. It's been very informative. 700 and what? Yeah. But I'm gonna go back down now. Just like that, I'm at the bottom. It was a lot easier to come down than it was to go up. Energy-wise, step-wise, they're a lot smaller because you're more in the rock. There's different stairs to go up and down. So you can see the stairs to go up, and then the stairs to go down are like inside this like gap. And yeah, I think that used to be wooden steps going all the way up there. I wouldn't have done that. But now you're back down, you get a good view here. If you're not physically able to do it, there are like little viewpoints in like restaurants, or this one's just a free viewpoint literally at the bottom of the exit. You can still have a good view if you don't want to climb 708 steps up and then down. Yeah, but I'm glad I did it. I conquered the rock. I think this is the guy. Yeah, that's the guy that first did it, I think. I just heard, well, earwigging with Chloe, here we go. I just heard that apparently he died while climbing the rock climbing. His rope snapped, apparently. I'll Google that to see if that's actually true or it's just some guy chatting shit. But yeah, now we head back to the bus and then back to Medellin. So I think I will probably see you in the morning. Today is my last day in Medellin and I don't have the whole day, otherwise I would have gone to Parque Árvore, which is like apparently a huge park that you can walk around, but it's like an hour away from where I'm staying. So instead I've come to the Botanical Gardens, which is actually really nice. It's only a half an hour away and yeah, there's loads of different plants to walk around. There was like a lake with lots of little turtles and iguanas, quite big iguanas. So yeah, but I have had a walk around. I'll show you, you've probably seen already. But I do have to go back to the hostel now, get some lunch, because tonight I'm getting a 16-hour night bus to Santa Marta. You can fly. For some reason I've booked the bus and it will probably take longer than 16 hours. But yeah, anyway, that is the end of this video probably. So I hope you enjoyed. I did enjoy Medellin a lot more than I thought. I enjoyed it more than Bogota as well. But yeah, I do now have to go. So if you liked this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one, which will be at the beach. Bye.